Hello and welcome to Exploring and Adventures. We are currently just arrived in London city centre. We shall be getting off in about 10 minutes. What the hell is wrong with my camera? Why won't it focus? There we go, it's focusing now. So anyway, we shall be getting off at London Victoria Coach Station in about 10 to 15 minutes time. So yeah, hopefully there's no more delays, and yeah, I will start recording again when we alight at Victoria Station. Right, we are just coming onto the Piccadilly line. We had a bit of trouble trying to find the station. I think we are at Hyde Park tube station. I'm sorry for the crap camera work. It's because I'm currently trying to get my suitcase down as well at the same time as everything else. So yeah, and we are just gonna find out what station we need to get on at. We are on the Piccadilly line with the Julie Berry announcements.
The platform.
Whoa.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform. This is Knightsbridge. This is a Piccadilly line service to Heathrow Terminals 4 and Terminals 2 and 3. The next station is South Kensington. Change for...
So we are on the District line, going into Embankment tube station, and we are going to do the Thames Clipper, and we are going to go to Cutty Sark and see Greenwich. Okay, so we are just waiting for the circular boat tour. I'm going to Cutty Sark in Greenwich, and just ahead of us about there is the Shard. So yeah, I'm dead excited to go on this circular tour along the River Thames. Never been on it before, and yeah, it's just a very cool thing to do on a Tuesday morning, isn't it? Wednesday morning, sorry.
Thank you. Follow mate.
Most of the men were overseas in the forces, so the only builders and labourers were the women left behind. They took over the men's jobs, called the Land Army. So the Land Army built Waterloo Bridge, the only bridge on this river that's ever opened on time. Now look each side of us at the bridge support. See that green moss line above your heads? Well, that's where the tide will be this afternoon. Have a tide of 7.5 metres today. Now on your left, the very elegant building with a green dome is the Somerset House. Until 1976, that's where we kept the records of births, deaths and marriages in England and Wales. Most of the building now belongs to King's College or the London University. To our right, the first building got their high-speed sign working today, the National Theatre, founded by the late Lord Olivier. But the White Tower block there, well, it's under renovation. Now this used to be called the Television Centre. If you watch ITV, this is where all your programmes used to come from, even the rubbish at the weekends. Well, they moved out to West London to the BBC headquarters. The idea was, while the building was empty, we'll have it refurbished so we can come back. Well, they're not coming back because the building's just been sold. It's now going to become a luxury hotel. Just what we need. Here to our left, the white ship is the Wellington, the livery hall of Master Mariners. Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh, he was the president. Now it's Prince Charles. But look at the stern of the ship where they fly the red ensign. Look up on the wall, there's 2 silver dragons. And those dragons are guarding the City of London. Through the trees on the left is the Inner and the Middle Temple, where we train the legal profession of this country. But they're all on strike this week. Now look through the trees on the left. This is one of the oldest parts of London, called the Inner and Middle Temple. If you've seen the film The Da Vinci Code, the first one, that's the Middle Temple on your left. On your right here, the red building known as the Oxo building. On the top is our oldest advertisement in London, been up there since 1932. The top floor is a restaurant, the middle is apartments and shops at the bottom. It all belongs to Prince Charles. The building next door is Sea Containers. The bottom of the building is their office. The top of it is a really exciting hotel called Sea Containers House. On your left, the white building with the green roof, the original City of London School for Boys. This is now the headquarters of JP Morgan, the American bank. Now this is their headquarters. Their offices are all down at Canary Wharf. Now the last building, well, it was until recently the headquarters of a multinational company called Lever Brothers, Unilever. Now they moved out and we know they're not coming back because they've nicked all the statues off the top as well. This was all because of COVID apparently. Now this is Blackfriars Road Bridge. It was opened by Queen Victoria and it's now under major restoration. The second bridge, the little red columns each side, this is all that remains of the first railway bridge designed by Isambard Kingdom Brunel. But the last bridge is unusual because it was a railway bridge and now it's a railway station. Blackfriars is the only station in England that has 1,200 solar panels on the top, creating nearly enough electricity to run the station. But not the trains. They've got a mind of their own. Now through the bridge on the right, this is still South Bank. And the chimney along there, they're just giving it a clean up. Well, this is the Tate Modern. If you understand modern art, it's a wonderful place to go. If you don't understand modern art, 365 feet. Now this is the newest bridge on the river. When it opened in the morning, we called it Millennium Footbridge, the first upside down suspension bridge in the world. Now the only one, because it didn't work. As the people walked across, it swayed so violently, it had to be closed down for 6 months. Why we call it the Wibbly Wobbly. Lots of the kids call it the Harry Potter Bridge. Now over there on the right, between the trees, there's William Shakespeare's Globe Theatre. Now look at the top of the stairs on the right. Behind the top step is a set of black iron gates. Each lump of metal on the gate is a character from a Shakespearean play. Shakespeare put on 17 first nights in the Globe. Now the Globe was built in an area known as the Entertainment Centre. We had bear baiting, cockfighting, circuses, taverns, houses of horizontal pleasure and other places to spend your money. Now in front of us is Southwark Bridge, normally the least used bridge in London, but they must be lost, otherwise they wouldn't be up there. But when we go through the bridge, look along the left, you'll see a big old barge over there. Now they're always moaning about congestion in London, so if you look at the barge when we get through the bridge, count the containers on the top, there's another stack underneath. Now one tug can tow 4 barges, so 1 diesel engine on the river or 100 lorries on the road in a traffic jam.
4, 6, 8,
Over
10,
here on the right,
12,
they've only just opened, look, they're
14,
already outside
16,
the
18,
lovely old
20,
Anchor Tavern.
22,
This is
24,
where Samuel
26.
Pepys the diarist stayed when he described the Great Fire of London. You're now going under Cannon Street Railway Bridge. Look along the right hand side there, and in between the warehouses we've got a replica ship called the Golden Hind, and that little vessel has already been around the world twice. It's a really nice place to take younger children. When you go on board, they'll tell you the history of Sir Francis Drake, and you can even hire it for children's birthday parties. Even little girls want to be a pirate. But have a look up on the left, this is what we call the Monuments to Money. The building with the curved top, that's the walkie-talkie, the Sky Garden. Behind it is the scalpel, the gherkin and the cheese grater. And they're getting bigger and bigger. So this is London Bridge, this is the 4th one. The first one fell down, second one was burnt down, and the last one we sold it as a jigsaw puzzle. Most of it ended up in Lake Havasu City in Arizona, and this bridge opened in 1973. Now look to your left between the buildings, the little church of St Magnus, and look in the left corner of the church, you'll see the tallest candle in the world, called the Monument, commemorating the Great Fire of London. The blue glass monster on your left, one of the many private banks in London where people thought they could hide their money. But look above at the walkie-talkie. There's always happy people up there because their viewing gallery is free. You book it 2 weeks in advance, the same as the Shard. The Shard charge you £30 each, so the money you save you can go up the walkie-talkie and have a nice meal on the top floor. The yellow building we're passing on the left, this was the oldest fish market in England, known as Billingsgate. Next door, behind the trees, the Custom House of Great Britain, our main customs office. But over here on the right, every building you see between these 2 bridges, this is now called London Bridge City. Under the canopy there, Hayes Gallery, called a shopping and eating experience. This entire section of the river now belongs to the Quatter royal family. Probably Boris's new employers. Now the warship is HMS Belfast. She's been here 50 years as a museum, 9 decks to explore, so you can take the kids on there and lose them for a couple of hours. Just have a sit on one of the deck chairs on the middle deck. But if you look on the right, we have a building up for sale. We used to call this the Power Rangers crash helmet. Once the headquarters for the Mayor of London, Mr. Khan moved out in April, stating that people of London can no longer afford the rent. What he didn't tell us, the move would cost us £20 million anyway. On your left is the Tower, 1,000 years of English history. A palace, fortress, prison, zoo, royal mint and a place of execution. Look on the wall, entry to Traitor's Gate, the first one-way street in London. When you went in, you never came out. So this is the last bridge, the Tower Bridge, opened 1894. Now when I started work here, these bascules raise 30 times a day. Now we're lucky if it's 30 times a month. But when they were raised, we walked over the top. They glassed in the top to stop people. Today, we want nice big smiles and a wave, because you're having your picture taken. Now, if you're here with someone you shouldn't be with, please don't look up. Here on a sunny day. So, we're going through the bridge, so you've broken a record today, beating all the traffic through London. And this is the docks. There are no docks, just overpriced apartments now. Now, as you see, we're making our way to St Catherine's. Now, as I said earlier, folks, we are now the Greenwich boat. So if you have a ticket that takes you to Greenwich, please stay with us. If you've got any other kind of ticket, bus ticket, single ticket to the Tower, 1 hour cruise, you change boats here. Boats leave here every 30 minutes throughout the day, taking you back to Westminster until 6:30 this afternoon. You want to go straight back, just wait on the pier, because the other boat's just waiting to get in. Now if you are getting off here, folks, have a good look around you and make sure that when you leave us, you've got all of your personal belongings. Bags, cameras, umbrellas and any small children you may have brought on board. For those who are leaving us, folks, just a little bit around the line. You don't see the point of people travelling on a tourist boat if you don't know what you're looking at. So with that in mind, if anyone leaving us would like to show appreciation, by the front door you'll see our famous silver bucket. If you want to put something in, it's entirely up to you.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Both sides of the river.
We'll talk about bus. Shut up. There we go. Talking about buses. This actually has ex-London bus seats. I'm sure it does anyway.
As already said, do check your tickets. If you have a Tower Bridge Quay ticket, a St Catherine's ticket, Circular Cruise or Golden Tours ticket, this is where you leave the vessel. If you wish to return to Westminster immediately, just wait on the pier. The boat alongside us is Solipede, he's waiting to take you back to Westminster. Now if you have a Greenwich ticket or a River Pass ticket and you want to see Greenwich, just remain aboard the boat. We're only going to be alongside Tower Bridge Quay for a short moment and then we proceed downriver to the Royal Borough of Greenwich. Now, for our Greenwich passengers, as you've probably already noticed, we do have the fully licensed bar situated in the lower saloon where you can obtain tea, coffee, hot drinking chocolate, several cold beers, lagers, soft drinks, wines and spirits. Got quite a few light snacks. We've even got hot dogs. Now, anyone on the top deck wishing to purchase anything from the bar and bring it up onto the top deck, you are more than welcome to do so. All we ask, can you place any of your rubbish in the bins that have been provided.
Regional warehouses. Now, most of these are private homes. Even that last one. See the lovely garden? Fancy living there, eh? Now, look along the left, the last building. Got a red and white lines, and you've got to see all the lights you want. They won't be there for much longer. Now, that's one of Gordon Ramsay's overpriced restaurants. It's called the Nara. But look over that bridge to your left, see the glass monster at the back. To the left of it, there should be a little church and a man on the top wearing a red coat. Now he's guarding the canals of England. If we had a canal boat, we could go in there now. Alongside the church is Regent's Canal, which would take us to Little Venice in North London. And from there we could join the Grand Union Canal and travel all the way to Birmingham and Manchester. Now, if you've ever seen this TV series, The Peaky Blinders, when they came to London, this is where they came to, Limehouse. In their storyline, they met up with the Jewish gangs, but Limehouse was an extremely dangerous part of London because this was also known as Chinatown. This is where we had the opium and the gambling dens of old Chinatown. Look on the left today, just before the White House, there's a little pub, the town, I should say, the Grapes of Limehouse. This is where Charles Dickens lived when he wrote his novel, Our Mutual Friend. The man who owns that pub, he lives in the house with a pink wall. See, he's got his yellow suit hanging up outside. That's the home of Sir Ian McKellen, the famous actor. The pub went up for sale, so he and his neighbours bought it to keep it as a pub. So in front of us now, well, this was being built as the new financial city of Europe. That was until we decided to leave. So look up there today, the building with the grey pyramid, where that tower was built, that's where we unloaded the goods from the Canary Islands, hence the name Canary Wharf. Look at the tops of all the towers there, you can see the names of all the robbers from around the world. Now in front of us we got a building with a triangular frame, and that's only a year old. That was completed just literally a year ago now. It's the headquarters for the Bank of Hong Kong, which is quite strange because when we left Europe they said all the financial institutions would leave London. Now we had a good deal with that building. Boris got a free holiday in Hong Kong and we got a free tower block, which is better than what he's going to leave behind now. But look along the left, that glass tower, the very tall one. The landmark is the tallest block of privately owned apartments in Europe. And if you would like a nice one-bedroom glass box in that building, you're looking at £650,000. Now I was over there a few weeks ago talking with some estate agents. I asked them, how do you work out the price of an apartment in a tower block? To me they're all the same. He said, just add £10,000 a floor. But of course the higher you go up, the more expensive it becomes because of the view. If you live on this side of the tower, it's 10% more expensive than if you live on the other side. Because this side you face west to all the rich people, and the east side you face towards the docks, which used to be all the poor people. But if you look around you, this is the story of the river now. The Thames is no longer a working commercial river. We don't have any working warehouses along here, but what we do have are these lovely riverside walks. Look how busy they are today. The biggest problem we have, a lot of the apartments on your left, they were bought up when we was all locked up as investments for the future. So if you do this thing Airbnb, you could probably get yourself a nice penthouse down here for the weekend, cheaper than a hotel room in London. But if you look around, everywhere you go, it's just blocks and blocks of apartments. So I'm not going to bore you all the way down here with how much they cost. You'll soon get fed up with that. If you want to have a good laugh, just Google how much do apartments cost.
Okay, so now we are going to have a good look around the dome in Greenwich, just because we can. So, yeah, I am quite excited to look around the dome. And how far down this goes actually. Bloody hell. This really does go far down, doesn't it? Oh, I think I might get the lift going back up by the looks of things. Oh. Hey, we are finally at the bottom. And we are as well. That's a large lift. So there's nothing else interesting for now, so I'll start re-recording when we get to the other side of the dome. We are just getting off the Tower of London, or the Tower Bridge.
Yeah, I will.
So we have just got to St Pancras train station.
is in operation throughout this station. If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it? Say it? Sort it.
Got loads of trains. Loads of trains, loads of barriers, loads of platform, loads of people. Loads of everything. Watch his van now when it parks. Can you not see that? Smoke coming out of that van. It's not good. So, we are currently on an Enviro 400 MMC. For Ibelio. Yeah, so I haven't really been on London buses very much. I did go on one yesterday.
Prince Albert Road, London Zoo.
Where the driver was really rude to us. Well, that's a story for another day.
See if we can get.
274 to Lancaster Gate. Prince Albert Road, Lord's Cricket Ground.
Imagine that being your
London
house.
Central Mosque.
Literally having Regent's Park in your backyard. From when that's asked for fake entry to the zoo either.
Just to see on green which she knows
The light's red. The traffic light's red anyway. Stupid bus driver. Not even paying attention.
He wasn't honking, it's the.
But
yes, indeed.
So interesting how every mosque is built with a slight design flaw because men aren't allowed to make the perfect things because only God can.
Because they're the things that do it. It's not
London Business School.
either that number 13 is either broken down or is on a break because it's early. But by the looks of things, it's broken down because there's no passengers on board. So it looks like the all the lights are off on it. Though you can't always tell. And we are just going past the Metro line Gemini 2. It's Regent's Park Co-op here.
Baker Street Station.
Yes.
Sorry, the bus stop and the bus stop's going down Baker Street.
Should we go downstairs on the right so that we don't wobble? Because you know what I'm like, I'm clumsy.
I'm soft
I'd rather not do that.
In fact, I don't really like these seats. Now that those seats are free, I'm going to move over there. In a slightly more comfortable seat now. So, we are currently there is a old Leyland Titan bus, Route Master bus, and wedding special it has on it.
274 to Lancaster Gate.
274 to Lancaster Gate. Please hold on, the bus is about to move. At least this Evo Settee is air conditioned. That's good. Although the thing about these Evo Settees is that side wasn't air conditioned, so I was absolutely sweating over on that side, so I had to move to this side because it's nice and air conditioned on this side, which is good. So anyways, yeah, we've currently got another disgusting Evo Settee just there in front of us. Its registration is... Why the hell do the bells sound like a horn? Literally. That's just... yeah. It's just weird that the bell sounds like a horn on these Evo Settees. Disgusting Evo Settee's just gone onto the wrong side of the road. There's another vehicle I hate in London, which is those 100% electric Hackneys. And there's an even worse electric taxi there because it's a TX5 and it has the horrible sunroof things.
Lancaster Gate.
And there's a 17 reg plate Evo Settee just over there. And I'm going to stop recording for now. So we are getting on a London Overground service now, changing at Wealdstone Junction. However it's pronounced, I don't know, and I quite frankly don't care as well. So anyways, it is 7:10, 377. What a coincidence. These are quite similar to CAF's 331s, isn't it? CAF 331s. Similar. London Overground. So we are on a fully electric Gemini 3 here. Phil Mitchell.
It's a draw toy. Aren't you a
Paddington Station.
I'll just not. I'll just not. Yeah, no, smell like French fries.
St. Mary's Hospital.
Alright, I'm gonna get the first one. Alright, I'm gonna get a secret. Ready? Super punch.
7. 2. Oxford Circus.
No, or I'm gonna use one of my bad punch. Alright, no.
Dickhead, why stop even though you just walk down to the middle of the road?
Sussex Gardens.
I think I did it.
So our coach was due at 1500. It is now 1540. The coach is still not here. We don't even know if that's it. It could be it. It does say National Express on it.
It's in the wrong bay.
But it's in the wrong bay, but it's delayed. So they always put it in the wrong bay when it's delayed. So it could be. And it better be.
Someone needs to be punched.
So we got 507020, which is John Peel, just leaving, going towards Birkenhead. Go towards Birkenhead North train care depot. And yeah, that's ECS movement to Birkenhead North from Sandhills. But then there it goes. It's well gone into the distance now.